name's Eric. I'm making a game. That game is called the Godkiller. There are 23 days left before the release. I'm fixing bugs every day. Fixing bugs. Not some of the days, every day. And for the last 579 days, worked on the game. Not some of the days, not most of the days, all of the days. Every single day. Weekends, vacations, sick days, funerals, weddings. Every single day. And I'm going to keep doing that until it's released on January 1st. So tonight, I'm going to fix bugs. And I do have an annoying thing. You see behind me, there's a monitor that's on. That's my work computer. And people add meetings to it. They invite you to meetings. And I happen to notice, just barely, that way down at the bottom of my schedule was a meeting. Like way, way down where no meeting should be placed. And it's coming up in 2 hours. 7:30, I have to go back over to that guy over there, leave my joyful game debugging activity, and talk to some people about a thing. So, hate it. Feel like when I'm off work, that time is mine. Like, vehemently, I feel that time is mine. So, I really dislike having a split day or these extra meetings at weird times. But oh well, that's how it goes. They are paying me very well. Boom. All right, let's get to bug fixing. So one thing that came in from Schick, he said when he tested the latest build I sent out last night, that his Steam achievements aren't popping up. And I said, could you send me your player log? And he did send it. Now I've been looking through it. First I had to look at it just to replace all the personal information before I came on stream. So whether it says his full last name or something, or ID of a device on his computer that could be used perhaps for an attack vector, I just searched and replaced it all out of the log file. He sent the log file, and he did find one error that I think I should correct. I don't think it's the cause of his inability to have his Steam achievements pop up. He does have a Steam account. He is connected, I can tell by this screen. He has installed a copy of the game via Steam, which should allow the non-Steam launched version of the game to connect via Steam. Yeah. So also I like his taste in games. Yeah. Okay. Let me at least fix the problem that he's seen, and then I'll think about, is there any other way I can get more information, maybe adding some logging? Are there any APIs for figuring out causes of failures after the failures happen? Things like that. In the log, got this, Steamworks is not initialized. I know what it is. This particular one is really easy to fix, but it's not going to clear up his connection issue. So every time he steps on a view square in the game, it's one of these achievements where it updates your status to show you're a little bit closer to collecting all the things that would allow you to unlock the achievement. And I made a call to one of the Steamworks.net APIs. That's a thin wrapper over the Steam API. for its use in C# and .NET. So I made a call to this Steamworks API without checking that the connection was there, and that generated this exception. But the connection isn't there, so I can't expect anything related to Steam to work. I can at least make this part run clean. It also seems like if I don't fix this uncaught exception that I'll have other code that doesn't execute after it, which will lead to bugs. So I don't want that to happen. So this is a bug I need to fix for reals. Okay, let me go to the place where indicate achievement progress. Let's look for that. I think a better way to do this would be to call this from this other class I've got called Steam Synchronizer. I'll just wrap it in there. Although technically it's not really part of synchronization. I think it'll be fine though. Let's do public static that's the code that will be there. So we'll say this is actually some nice syntactic sugar. This weird thing likes to use uints, which is fine, but I just haven't been using uints anyplace else. So let's make this be value. Well, let's see. Progress value. It's good to be more explicit. Max value. This needs to be uint, not unit, uint. Isn't it weird how typos are like almost always, not always, but so often they are just another word that you substitute. Okay, let's take this achievement. ID name. There, that'll do it. Okay, but we'll say if not initialize as needed, return. Oh, if I do that, then it needs to not be static. That's probably fine. Okay. theme synchronizer. Find self. Indicate achievement progress. Achievement. Let's just pass in the ID. Okay, so this will be achievement, ID, last hanging guy. And we'll do sighting count. And 8, but I'll make a constant for that in a moment. Let's make this int. This will go away. Okay. Alright, const int. That's fixed one of them. View square eval. What? I don't need that. Okay. Let's do a similar thing here. I should fix that. Okay, let's do the last of 3. That fixes that. This is asking me to invert it, and I say, sure, why not? That sounds better to me. I do like to reduce nesting. That is slightly better code. Very slightly. Okay. So let me look at his log one more time, because there's a certain point where Steam Synchronizer is going to attempt to connect. I want to see if there's any information there. All this garbage, I should figure a way to clear that out of the log. So, players loads, and then right after that, I mean, there should be a reattempt. There it is. Actually, this was the error message he called my attention to. Now that I think about it, this is the one. So he's an engineer himself, and he's debugged his share of stuff. So it's not surprising that he just point me right to the correct location in the log file for the error. Okay. So it says refer to the comment above this line for more information. There is no comment above that line. None. But Valve's documentation, sure. Let's take a look. I mean, this is like the dumb version of the question that oftentimes has good answers. But before I go to that, let's just look at the documentation. Steam API init. Yeah. Mm-hmm. If it doesn't have the app ID of your game, create a text file called Steam app ID text next to your executable containing just the app ID and nothing else. This overrides the value that Steam provides. You should not ship this with your builds. What? So here's a thing I'm not sure about. If I'm not shipping it with my builds, then how does the executable know which friggin' game it's gonna be bound to? I just don't understand that part. Okay, you should not ship it with your builds. What does that mean? I don't know that that is the problem here. I don't know that. I can tell you that app ID is here in the root of my project. I don't think this is anything that's secret. Let me take a look and see if the install, that's got it. Show package contents. So that's the executable. 9K resources. So I don't think it does. If I were to run this, I think it's got one level in it. Acrodorium is the level it's got in it. Go back to docs here. Okay, when you launch the app from Steam itself, it's going to automatically have the app ID available. While developing, you will need to hint this to Steam with a text file. Okay, they're talking about while developing. Okay, so I don't want to include this in my build, just like they said. But, and just like I did, so I've got some options. I could send Schick this app ID file that he could put in the same directory as the executable and start up with it. I could just release it through Steam, and then it would probably work. I think maybe I just want to do a Steam build. Maybe just release it through Steam. That would probably do it. Return false indicates one of the following conditions. Steam client isn't running. It was running. I know that's true. Steam client could determine the app ID of the game. The application not running the same OS user contacts as Steam client. Okay, so that one will be fine. This one, unlikely to be a problem. I don't think this is an issue because I'm able to get it to work on my own local machine. So it means it's configured at least for me. Well, I mean, it's not a per user configuration. Don't think it is. Potentially it could be. Okay, so this last one could be the reason. Okay, why don't I make a Steam build? I just want to do one other thing tonight besides that, though. Just find one more bug fix or something. Okay. This I'm going to do on the weekend. This I think I'll do on the weekend too. I think I'll work on both of these this weekend. I mean, these are the tasks I hate. I've been pretty good about picking tasks that are the most tedious, daunting, hard. Whatever kind of gives me like a little bit of fear about it, I do that first. That means whatever remains, I'll have more energy and will to do it. You just kind of have this feeling like it's downhill after a while. It's a good feeling. I'm getting close to having that feeling. Not quite, but pretty close. Let's look at the mediums. Let's find one that does minutes. Find one that's minutes instead of hours or days, because I've got that fucking meeting at 7:30. Okay, no lip animation on the fork guards. That one, I kind of feel compelled to do earlier because Schick mentioned it. Let's do this one. You know what? I might do this one too. I get a couple on. If I just... Okay, I'll do the no lip animation one first. And if it's hard, then I'll just switch over to making the build. Okay, open. Alright. Last night I fixed up this level. I made it so it loads fast, and also I made it so that these exterior walls start out popped up because people were getting irritated that they were popping up when they would walk off in one direction and just kind of slam up in front of them. So let's open a different scene. Let's go to... Oh, I won't be able to get that build out tonight because it's gonna be like one of those things where you start the build and then it takes an hour to get done. Maybe I could, but not in this session. Not in this session. Okay, so what was the fork? Alright, fork guards. Dang it. Their face player is there. makes it seem like they will talk, but I know that they won't. So let's go check it out. Let's get a repro. Could be the mute when not speaking. This other class I made, it was called multi-face, something like that. The problem is probably me editing prefabs and changing things in different locations based on the prefabs. But I did have this set up and working. How did I have it set up and working? Multi-face controller. I could put it on one. Do I have? Let's go to foreguard right. Do you have multi-face controller? How did I have that set up before? Oh, both foreguards right here, right here. Multi-face. See, there's the problem. Okay. Size 2. So this is when two people are singing at the same time. And you want both their faces to be animated exactly the same. Then this guy will help them do that. Okay, mute when not speaking. Let's try it again. That may be all that's needed. It might have lost the reference because I deleted the 2 foreguards and put new ones in.
twisted mind and spirit that hated Poe, learned to fear it. Blogs plateau, the other option. New friends there for your adoption. Their life is full with tasks so dull, they work all day like stupid oxen.
Why have forks if the choosing always ends up with us losing? And why have forks if we can't eat?
'Cause I like forks, they're neat. Forks, forks, forks. I own all the forks. I'm the queen
She's the queen
of the forks. Forks, forks, forks. I own all the forks. I'm the queen of the forks.
Okay, that's one down. And we say done, and we say 0. Let me do another one. Fling sound effects, too loud. This one's pretty easy. This one's really quite easy. Questions, do I want to fix it in code? Or do I want to fix it in the audio files? Let's take a look at the code first. Fling guide, player guide, okay. Volume, get fling ray volume. Now there might already be a bug in that I'm not sure if this is using the settings to set the volume. Get fling ray volume, new length, and then let's go look at sound effects. Maybe it is. Set fling guide volume. Oh, it's not. So that is scaling it by maximum volume. Well, that's the problem that I should be fixing. Okay, get fling ray volume. Pass in, float, sound effect, volume. Oh, wait a minute. Where is sound effect volume set? Set volume. Okay. So, yeah. Come back to the player guide. Take this out. And then inside sound effects, set fling guide volume. We'll say equals volume times get sound effect volume. And then it will scale. You play with that. I think like maybe even the original design I did was a little bit off. I wanted to make the volume louder, if your fling rate went out louder or it went out farther. I don't know if that was a good decision. I might be better off just setting like one constant volume. So let me just try putting this way down. So the default settings I'm giving people is like all of these in the middle. And so I'm taking that everything in the middle thing as the as the place to calibrate it to what sounds right to me. Okay, I think that's good. Get it done. Set that to 0. Let's just bring this down to 21 days. I'm having such a hard time calculating this dev days left thing. The trouble is not every day has the same amount of, every calendar day has the same amount of time that I can work. So I can work 2 to 3 hours on a weekday, and I can work maybe 24 hours over the weekend. So what does that make a week for me? 24 plus 2 times 5. Honestly, though, I've been averaging about 3 hours a weeknight. That's 34, so let's see. 24 plus 3 times 5 equals 3. I work 2 jobs. I work 80 hours a week. Okay. That makes me feel better and worse. I think more better though than worse. So this might be about right, but the other wrinkle to it is I'll get some vacation time between Christmas and New Year's, and you bet I'm going to use it to blaze through this. So Dev Days left is probably close to true, and I just took it down a whole day. I think it's more like maybe half a day, so let's go 21.5. There we go. And this number is still negative, which is great. And as soon as I get to Christmas Eve, Dev days left equals calendar days left. I won't have any more worries about calculating time very carefully. All right. Do I want to try to get another thing in? I don't need this one. I do not need this one. Won't do. Oh, that's sweet. I can just remove that one. These are all my mediums? Everything else is going to be low priority? Okay. First I was thinking I'll give him that little Steam file thing that I've got in my system, but it's a better test if he'll launch it from the Steam client. That's what you want to be testing. You want to be testing the same thing that users are going to be going through, instead of some weird kind of developer setup, which was what was at first what I thought I would do. Send him this little configuration file that has the Steam app in it, the Steam app ID. Okay, let me see if I can get one more bug fix before this fucking 7:30 meeting. I've actually got the better part of an hour. I mean, oh, okay, jeez. I thought that I only had like 3 medium bugs, and I just scrolled up and I got a bunch more. That makes more sense. This one I'll fix. That one's not hard. Okay. I have to take a little bit of care on this. This is purely graphic change. Just a little bit of photoshopping will do it. Should do it. Let's just take these 2 eyelids. I think I'll merge them so I can move them up and down a bit faster. Okay. And I was looking at it earlier, and I'm just guessing 4 pixels will do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So my hope is that it'll show her eyes not all the way wide open under normal conditions, and that when she closes her eyes, these will come all the way down and touch the bottom, like, and not have not have a gap around this part, which is where it currently is. There's like a little gap. Okay, so let's see if that fixes it. I can make more adjustments very quickly. This isn't a bad level to test it with, because M's face pops up a few times. It's not showing her eye at all, her eyelid at all, so that makes me think I didn't go down far enough, not even close. Let's just go down 4 more pixels. File, export. I don't know why I can't go to the same directory I picked last time. I just don't know why I can't do that.
Fox, 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 I own all the fox. I'm the queen.
She's the queen
Of the
of the
fox.
fox.
Fox, fox, fox. I own all the fox. I'm the queen of the fox.
It's still not there? Okay, let's go to a level where she has her face up right at the very beginning. Let's see, which one would that be? Scenes, kill a block. Save it. This is kind of weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now it must be showing at this point, or I don't really know what's going on. GK assets, project, materials, faces. M face sheet 2. I mean, I'm almost thinking like it's not updating the asset, or I'm updating a different file, not the one that's active.
Tricked me into killing Billy. I let him trick me.
This would have been good, except that the camera's ducked down a bit so you can't see her face.
What?
And now,
Hello? Why are you hanging on the wall?
God damn it!
Do you want help?
Suddenly, it's like way too low. Way too low. Yeah, there might have been an import issue there. Is there another level where she just talks right away? Let's see. Let's go to yeah, this is a good one. Lots of opportunity to see your eyes. Okay. So move this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And I get the feeling like it just didn't update the right thing over before. So I came down 8 and then another 8. Let's put it right in the middle. Maybe I updated in the wrong directory, like one of these two. I don't know. I should probably delete both these directories. Okay. M face sheet 2 ping. Replace. Let's go.
Strange people. They look like humans, but don't act like it.
Oh, that might be it.
comes out of my mouth when I speak. Yeah, but my lungs don't move unless I make them. No heartbeat. Never hungry, thirsty, sleepy. The only impulses I've had, pushing blocks and getting presents. Is that my new pleasure? I don't think I should judge these people for what they are when I don't even know what I am anymore. How I think will probably change. With time, I might become like them.
That looked pretty good to me. Let's see.
I feel lonely. But every person I meet makes me feel even more alone.
Ooh. Here's the problem. Because when our eyes were closing, like when they're supposed to be all the way closed, they weren't all the way closed. Let me double check. This one is no, that's a squint. That's a squint. That's not all the way closed.
I feel lonely. But every person I meet makes me feel even more alone.
That doesn't look that good there. You know what? I think honestly the issue is that I've been trying to make one eyelid work for one eyelid acid work for a curved shape over a curved surface that looks different depending on where it is on your eye. And I'm just treating it like a window shade, having it go up and down. I thought that would be a good kind of cheap way to do it. Instead of making separate assets for each thing. But squint doesn't work. I keep fiddling with this for a long time, but I know another way that I can just get through it real fast. Because eyes closed works, eyes open at normal works, eyes wide open works. So if I just look for squint, I look for all the places in the code that where there's squinting going on. You can leave that one alone. I want all the ones where M is squinting. I'll just have her close her eyes completely because I think that works fine. bit cheap. But these are end days. I need to be thinking cheap. Okay, so spoilers in the dialogue. Okay, Billy, I'll leave alone. Avoid reading the dialogue. If you don't want spoilers. Man, I really squinted a lot, apparently. I don't use suspicious very much, so I'd like to work in a few more of those. Goddamn, me with the squints. Alright, coming up on 640. Well, I'm not coming up on it, I am on it. Leave that one, that's the queen. Another good thing about having her eyelids normally down just a little bit so you can see them is that when she opens them wide, she gets an impact from that. It's like, oh, she's like extra excited or angry or something. Leave that one be. Okay, just do him. So I feel like I don't do confused very often. Let's throw that in. And I'm thinking about the read. She wasn't that angry in the read, like the actual performance from the actor. So if I say evil, it's kind of like a happy, malicious kind of look. Okay, that was a lot of changes. Let's do on this one closed. Okay. That's quite a few changes there. Let's come back and just test out this one level. Or maybe 2 levels. No, this one will do.
Strange people. They look like humans, but don't act like it. Am I still human? Air comes out of my mouth when I speak. Yeah, but my lungs don't move unless I make them. No heartbeat. Never hungry, thirsty, sleepy. The only impulses I've had, pushing blocks and getting presents. Is that my new pleasure? I don't think I should judge these people for what they are when I don't even know what I am anymore. How I think will probably change. With time, I might become like them. I feel lonely. But every person I meet makes me feel even more alone.
That's another one done. Let's clear that one out. 0. Okay. So this is another thing that irritates me about these little meetings, like off fragmented. Some little thing I gotta pay attention to. In my head, I keep saying, what can I start on that won't get interrupted right in the middle while I'm in deep thought? Alright, I think this is close to the stopping point for the night. So let me let's get this little build going. Get status. Commit A. Bug fixes. And just push it. Push it real good. And then again, all these little fragments of time, little scraps of time. Okay, so it's pushed out to Unity Cloud build. Alright, I've got a big dissatisfied feeling right now. It's my personal life. No, what is my personal life? What is my work life? I'm very compartmentalized. There's a day job, and that's a whole thing. Like a large part of my brain is filled up with stuff about that day job. And it's not like a job that just lets you keep your brain to yourself. You know, you ever watch a parking attendant in their little booth? They are on for the small moment of time when you pull up, and then after you leave, they go back to reading a book or doing something on their phone or studying a textbook for school. I've had jobs like that. I haven't had the parking attendant job, so there might be more to it. But I've been someone who watches over a room with visitors in it, kind of like a library. It was a school computer lab. I had all kinds of mental freedom in that job, and that job made no claim to any large part of my brain. When you're young, the jobs you get tend to be like that. They make no large claim on you. And then you get deeper into your career, and the thing that you get paid for, you'd think like it might be like your raw capabilities, or it might be that you're real smart, or that you might think, and this is getting to where it's not so obvious. You might think that it's your skill set, and both those things are true, but those are the obvious things, and they're not the full picture. The thing that they really pay you for is that you're going to think about their business and all the people inside of it and all the various goals, and you're going to think about all their company policies, and you're going to think about the customers. You're going to make a little mental model in your head. What does that customer want? What do they want? What's making them happy or sad? You're going to think about your employees that report to you. You're going to create a little mental model of that in your head that kind of allows you to predict when someone's about ready to fuck up, or get really sad and quit, or get enticed away and quit. And you basically run a simulation of reality. Dang it. Always something. You run a simulation of reality in your head that allows you to make predictions about what the best things are to do in this small world that you're inside of. It's a world within a world. It's possible for you to make reasonable predictions about what good actions are inside that world. It's not so large that it's impossible. It's a lot harder to do that with the entire world and people that are good at it. There aren't really many people that are good at it. There's a lot of talkers. But people that seem to be good at least, or some aspect of the real world, are usually pretty impressive and rare. But lots of people can just sort of barely eke out a useful model of a large corporation that they're inside of. So that's what they pay you for. If you really think about it, that is what they're paying you for. The real estate inside your brain that will run a model of this other world that allows you to act well inside of it. So that's what I mean by compartmentalized. You just picture my brain, and just picture, even though it's not really like this, but picture like about 38% of it, which is devoted to updating this model of a place that I don't really care about. I'm going to get a paycheck out of it. The people inside of it I do like, that I work with. That does mean a lot to me, that I like them. It gives me a real kind of comfortable life. Got a house that I bought, But the cost of it is, if you've got other things that you want to do with your brain, 40% of it's already taken up. Don't ever buy into the thing when they say we're humans, we're only using 10% of our brains. It's not like that. That was kind of a foolish thing from earlier, where some scientist somewhere said when we look at like EKGs or some kind of mental neural imaging thing, we only see electrical activity in 10% of the brain at one point in time. That doesn't mean that you're using 10% of your brain. It just means that at one moment in time, they typically can only capture activity occurring within a small portion of the brain. No, your brain it's limited. There's a upper limit to it, and the more stuff you put in it, the less stuff you have for other things. So I compartmentalize. I try to shut down all the activity around the work stuff when I get off of the day job, and then to have an extra meeting in the middle of the me time brings all that crap back in. And that's not good. That is not good. And I'm thinking now, is this a trend? Am I going to get a whole bunch more meetings like this? They're just going to puncture right in the middle of this other time? I'm thinking real hard about that. So I do have options, but it's just, it takes a lot of work to arrange things the right way. Okay, enough of that. I'm going to stop the stream. I've got my wife texting me about something. I love her. She's great. And then I've got this fucking 7:30 meeting. And then I'll come back to the game after the goddamn 7:30 meeting. All right, stopping the stream. Stopping the stream.